We're talking secondary today, and we're also talking about Jonah Savainaya. And that's how you pronounce his name. I have worked on that. Savainaya. So much. Just like Tua Tagovailoa, just like Noah Igbenogany, just like Ifatu Melifonwu. It's Jonah Savainaya. I got it down. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about the secondary, and I got some announcements. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, we are going to talk about Jonah. I'm not going to keep saying his name because I could say it now. It'd be redundant and a little pompous. We're going to talk about Jonah because he hasn't signed yet, and the rookies do report tomorrow. Maybe he signs today. I will get into that whole situation because it's not just him. 30 of the 32, I think it's up to 30 now, of the second round picks have not signed yet. So I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the secondary, break down the competition, the camp battle, because this is the last one. Again, rookies report tomorrow, and then next Tuesday, the vets report, and then the 23rd, boom, we start training camp. We made it, boys. We got it, boys and girls. We got a week, about a week and a half. Football starts. But real quick, I got a few announcements. Not really a few, just this one. Your boys got some new merch. Isn't it pretty? Now, I got to shout out my man, and I'm going to put his link for his Instagram below. You have to check him out. He did the drawings. It's absolutely amazing. I want to make sure I get his name down perfectly. Not the best drawings. His Instagram will be linked below. Please go check him out. Not the best drawings. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. Good guy. Been talking to him forever. He put this drawing together for me, and it's the 2025 saying for at least for me. And I'm kind of throwing it out there to Dolphin fans to show me. You got all this talk about culture, about things are going to be different. We're going to play this. We're going to do that. We're going to boop bop beep bop boop ba dee. Show us. So the saying and my merch is Show Me Miami 2025. And I got 2 up there. I'm working on some other things for the whole Show Me brand. But yeah, go grab yourself some merch. It is linked below. It should be, you could see the picture below the video, but if not, it's linked in the description. Go grab yourself a t-shirt. I also have it in hoodies. I have it in different colors. I think white, gray, all that other stuff. If you want to go grab yourself one, go grab yourself one. That's the back, just so you know. The back says Show Me. The front has the DDW logo on the corner, kind of like a polo. So now let's talk about Jonah Savainaya, because this is something that we need to talk about. So per Yahoo Sports, written by Andy Backstorm, he says Chargers rookie Trey Harris becomes first NFL training camp holdout, as 32nd rounders still haven't signed. Cincinnati Bengals standoff with their number 17 overall Texas A&M defensive end Stammer Stewart is well documented. A dispute over the contract, yada yada, blah blah blah. He's not the only recent draftee with a contract holdup. Notably, there are 32nd rounders still unsigned, but their respective teams, including Los Angeles Chargers wide receiver Trey Harris. The Ole Miss product was due to report to training camp Saturday with other Chargers rookies in El Segundo, California. I'm so sorry for butchering that name. As of Saturday evening, Harris has yet to report, making him the first official holdout of the group. Harris' team told Front Office Sports that the negotiation continues with the Chargers, and the wideout won't report to camp until he has signed a deal. The second round wide signing delay resulted from the first 2 players taken in the second round receiving unprecedented fully guaranteed contracts in May. The Houston Texans turned heads by giving former Iowa State wide receiver Jaden Higgins the second pick in the second round a fully guaranteed deal. So the Texans, by doing that, all the other 20 second round picks were like, you're not just giving it to first rounders, because first rounders get fully guaranteed contracts. We want them then. One on the eve of Texans minicamp, Higgins became the first second-round pick in NFL history to sign a fully guaranteed rookie contract. The next day, UCLA turned Cleveland Brown linebacker Carson Schwechlinger got the same kind of contract. Schwechlinger was the first pick in the second round. In the 2+ months since, the 30 other second-round picks haven't budged, reportedly searching for fully guaranteed compensation as well. CBS Sports reported last month that the number 40 overall pick, quarterback Tyler Shuck, even though it's not spelled that way, and his representative have also played a role in second-round signing coming to a screeching halt. At the time, CBS reported that Shuck, a 25-year-old prospect who landed with the Saints, was pushing for a fully guaranteed rookie deal, in part because he's in line to start for the Saints following the surprise retirement of Derek Carr. The Chargers rookie report date has already arrived, others as fast approaching. Rookies of Buffalo, Miami, New York, Baltimore, Seattle, San Francisco are supposed to report Tuesday, the 15th. By July 23rd, all training camps will start. Thanks to the 2011 collective bargain agreement instituting the rookie wage scale, rookie holdouts are rare nowadays, but they are not unheard of. Defensive end Joey Bosa and linebacker Roquan Smith both took that route after they were drafted 2016, 2018, respectively, and their contract negotiation blended into training camp. So that is because I know a lot of you guys have been asking, hey, what's going on with Jonah? What's going on with Jonah? That is the sitch. That's the skinny on what's going on with Jonah. It's not just Jonah Savaianaya. It's all second-round picks. Now, I'm hoping today at some point, because, again, the rookies have to report tomorrow. I'm hoping today at some point, Jonah and the team sit down and, if the Dolphins, and here's my thought process on it, right? And I like Jonah. I wanted the Dolphins to get Jonah. I think Jonah's going to be fantastic for the Dolphins. I think he's going to help, and I love, the pedigree and everything of him. We've already talked about this. If you have enough gumption and whatever to trade up into the second round to pick 7, I think it was, or 6 or whatever, in the 10, in top 10 of round 2, to grab your guy, Jonah, give him a fully guaranteed contract. It just is what it is, or work with him in some way that, there's some type of situation, but you need to get it done because the Dolphins are in a certain situation where they can't be messing around with that position because we talked about the offensive line. We talked about the position battle on that this week. And this week, we're going to talk about team needs going into training camp, biggest questions going into training camp. I'm getting you prepared for training camp this week, and the offensive line is going to be a discussion. So getting Jonah in here, not having him miss any time would be imperative. So the Dolphins need to figure this out, and if it takes giving Jonah a fully guaranteed contract, if you have enough determination and you think he is that good that you traded up for him, give him the contract. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I just hope this doesn't bleed into the start of training camp because, again, rookies come a week before the vets do. So we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. Now let's get to the final camp position battle. Now, I was going to split this up into corners and safeties like I was going to do with defensive line pass rushers, but I have a lot I want to talk about this week before training camp starts. So I thought I'll put them into one. So we have the secondary. And as you can see, per ESPN, again, we won't know the first depth chart of the Miami Dolphins until maybe the 8th of August because they play Chicago the 10th of August. So I think, a couple days beforehand, they'll probably release their depth chart, which will mean nothing. But obviously, I'm going to make a video about it and we're going to scrutinize it. So you see here, ESPN has Storm Duck as the starting left corner. Your starting right corner is the rookie Jason Marshall Jr. You have Kader Kohu in the boundary. Then your starting safeties are Ashton Davis and Mika Fitzpatrick. So they think that is your starting secondary, preferably in a nickel formation. They have the guys behind them being Cam Smith, the other rookie Dante Trader Jr. at safety, Sorry, let me just do corners. So your corners backups are Cam Smith, Ethan Bonner, Artie Burns, Isaiah Johnson, Ryan Cooper Jr., Kendall Sherfield, Ethan Robinson, BJ Adams, and John Saunders Jr. And your backup safeties are Dante Trader Jr., the rookie, Fatu Melifanu, Patrick McMorris, the second rounder, which I have high hopes for him, and Elijah Campbell. Now, looking at these positions, right? Let's start with safety first and foremost, because going into the season, the whole secondary I was nervous about, right? Like, I like Fatu Melifanu. I think he can do really well with this secondary. It was just his injuries kind of worry me. Ashton Davis, no, not knocking you, Ashton Davis, if you're watching this. I hope you don't take any offense to this. But, I see him more as, I'm trying to think of a good safety that we use, just preferably blitzing. Like, I wouldn't necessarily leave Ashton Davis on an island, by himself, center field. I would use Ashton Davis blitzing the cornerbacks and playing the run game and all that stuff. That's where I see Ashton Davis and I think thumper, right? I want him, close to the line of scrimmage. And if, Josh Allen decides he wants to scramble, Ashton, make him regret scrambling. That's my thought on Ashton Davis. Obviously, Mika Fitzpatrick is Mika Fitzpatrick. And I know a lot of people are hearing Steeler fans say, oh, he fell off the past 2 years. He's not good anymore, blah. He's 28 years old. You can believe what you want. Then, like I said, we have the rookie Dante Trader, Patrick McMorris, the second year guy, and Elijah Campbell. I actually feel really good about this safety room, and I like the depth we have in the safety room, especially with the addition of Mika Fitzpatrick, which no one saw coming. Elijah Campbell I like a lot. Jordan Colbert, I missed him. He was actually on the Dive Bar, if you want to go check that out and hear what Dive Bar and him had to talk about. Very good interview. But I really like the depth we have there, especially Elijah Campbell. I want to see what Dante Trader can do. Again, I'm getting jazzed for preseason because that's when we could see what these guys, especially Patrick Morris, can do. But you got your starting three, because again, we like to run a three safety set at times, and especially if we're going to have a QB spy, I could see us taking one of these safeties and being one. We're good at safety. We went from me being like, I don't know how I feel about safety to, no, I'm Gucci. All right, cool. Let's move on. Then we got the corners, and that is where all of us are nauseous. Now, again, I don't know if this is the starting with Storm Duck and Jason Marshall Jr., the rookie, and Kader Kohu as your starters. Cam Smith, we all know how Chris Greer feels about Cam Smith. We all, he's a second-round pick. I would love to see him become something. I would love to see him thrive and finally get into a groove, and all of a sudden we feel better about moving on from Jalen Ramsey because Cam Smith took that next step. We'll see. Ethan Bonner had some good plays here and there last year. Artie Burns is a free agent we brought in. Then you got these guys that are fighting to make the roster. Now I'm hearing very good things about Isaiah Johnson. And when I go to training camp, he's going to be a guy I'm going to be looking for. And when I you know what I'd love if I could interview some of these players at training camp. We'll see. And preseason, we're looking for him. Ryan Cooper Jr., Kendall Sheffield. I've heard some good moves from Kendall Sheffield as well. And a lot of that had to do about the front getting pressure. And also it was against Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. But you look at the back end of the secondary, specifically corners. You look at this group and it's just, you don't know. Now, I don't want to take Kader Kohu and put him on the boundary. I think Kader Kohu is the best at where he is, which is the slot position. But are they going to take a rookie 6th rounder, I think he was, in Jason Marshall Jr. and throw him out there? I doubt it. Again, they have a week until the 22nd. Go out there and get Rasul Douglas. Go out there and get who you need to. Apparently, Barry Jackson said that Asante Samuel Jr. still he hasn't ruled out joining the Dolphins just because of what his father said. Doesn't mean that the Dolphins haven't ruled him out, but go out and get somebody. And it doesn't mean get somebody because all of a sudden we can have a sigh of relief. There's our new starter, but just so there's more of a competition. There's more of the veteran in that secondary, because you look at this secondary and your veterans really are Kader Kohu, Artie Burns, and I'm talking like who have started, who have made plays, who consist. That's about it, right? Storm Duck, undrafted free agent last year, got some play time. Cam Smith barely gets play time. Ethan Bonner got some play time. Jason Marshall, rookie. You know, Artie Burns and Kader Kohou are your like vets who have seen, you know, somewhat of play time. You got BJ Adams, who's an undrafted free agent. Like, you got a lot of guys in here, just big fat question marks. And they need to address that, because I can't even sit here and tell you who the starters are at corner. Like, I can't. I know Cater's going to start in the slot. Outside of that, I can't tell you who the starting corners are. That's a problem. Training camp starts in a week. Season starts in what? About a month? A little over a month? This isn't good. This isn't good. So they need to do something. And I'm hoping and praying that, you know, Chris Greer's sitting there and he realizes it and might see it in the first week of training camp and be like, all right, we need to go out and get somebody. Because I'm not one for waiting until cuts happen, because then, all right, you got 2 weeks to learn this defense. We're gonna throw this defense at you, got 2 weeks. Unless they grab somebody who's, you know, familiar with this defense, then maybe. And then real quick, we'll talk about the special teams battle. There's only one special teams battle, and it's punter. Ryan Stonehouse and Jake Bailey. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why Jake Bailey's still on the team. I have no idea why Jake Bailey's still on the team. But, yeah, Ryan Stonehouse should be the guy, and then Jake Bailey's out, and then you have an open spot, and maybe you grab yourself a vet corner, and then you have this big old battle at secondary with how many corners we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 corners. 12 corners and 7 safeties. That's 19 secondary players. You get rid of Jake Bailey, you throw another one in there, and even 20 secondary players. It's so funny because last year was the offensive line we were good at, you know, in the secondary we had Jalen Ramsey. I forgot his name. He's not even on the team anymore. So many concussions. It's gone. It's there. I could see him. It's gone. It's gone. And the safeties were, you know, Javon Holland and Poyer, and it was, you know, we were like, oh, this is bad, and Poyer sucked, and we were more focused on the offense line. Now we're like, oh, the secondary sucks. So we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the rookies. So if Jonah signs later today, I'll make a video talking about it and being like, okay, we're good. Or maybe I'll make a short because it doesn't really need a full video on it. I have a lot of videos that I want to make before training camp starts. I want to preview training camp, needs going to training camp, questions going into training camp. So that's 3 videos. So I got a lot. I want to talk about. So I'll see you tomorrow. How about that? Or later today, but we'll see. But like usual, stay classy. If you want to grab some merch, link below one more time. If you haven't seen it yet, Kaplow. You want to grab yourself some, again, hoodies, t-shirts, all different colors, all different sizes. I'll see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. If it's up.